What's up guys, Dan from the Headwaters Kayak Shop. If you watched my subscriber update video a few weeks ago, you'll notice that I'm living in a new spot, at least for this winter. I'm hanging out, helping my grandma clear snow here once it starts snowing, and really focusing on this channel, which means a lot more reviews, a lot more adventures. And that's what today's gonna be about. Yesterday I was out on a mountain bike ride with my son, and I found this cool little pond that was way back on a fire road that I didn't even know existed. So I thought about it, I said, how do I get my kayak to that? I'm definitely not driving Blue Van down there. This is what I came up with. I've always had the idea of throwing a kayak on here and getting to remote places that otherwise couldn't get to. So when I saw this opportunity yesterday, I'm like, yes, this is going down. I'm gonna put some foam blocks on top, strap it down, and I gotta go pick a kayak out of the shed. So let's go do that first. My old boat shed, you'll see all sorts of different YouTube projects or things that I've been meaning to review, and just personal boats and odds and ends. For today, I want something that's gonna be lightweight, easy to throw on top, and easy to get to the water. Maybe something I haven't paddled yet. That's the blade. How about this guy, the little Lifetime Teton angler? Bought this thing a while ago and I've yet to get it on the water. Bought it online for about 350 bucks. It kept coming up in my Facebook feed, so I decided to give it a shot. I bought it. I think I paid $49 for shipping, which was kind of a rip-off because the whole hole and a bunch on the deck was all chewed up. But I was too lazy to send it back to him, so I just signed for it as is. But you can tell it's got a nice little framed seat on it. Definitely a nice upgrade from the Tamarack Angler, but looks very, very similar. So I thought it should be a good boat. A couple things that I wasn't super impressed with is how the bungees, they're just holes that go straight into the boat. And it's like a little piece that goes in there and flips sideways. So definitely some potential leak points, as well as bungees like this that were fairly cheap and that snapped before I've ever even had it on the water. But all in all, 350 bucks, comes with Yak Attack tracks, nice open deck. It should be a fun little boat. So 53 pounds is what they're calling it, so seems about right. Looks pretty solid. I think we're good to go. All right, so we made it to the spot. You really got to get off the beaten path to find this place. As you can see, it's just absolutely perfect. Small little spot, mirror little pond. So perfect tool for the job. 10-foot sit on top, quick and easy to get on and off the car and go take it for paddle. Let's get into it. So today I'm going to be using Benny Branch's Angler Pro. This is a 240 centimeter, which is what I use most of the time if I'm on a sit on top. Anything with the chair, unless it's a real wide boat, like maybe on a Bonafide or a lure, I might use a 250. 240 seems to work for most of my needs. So my first time in this little boat, so the foot position here, so I can get that. Yeah, the foot position here, you don't have a whole lot of real estate for your feet to fit into. Definitely way stretched out here. Feel a bit bent in the middle section. So like with all molded foot pedals, you sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. The seat's pretty comfortable, it's high back. I wish I had a different life jacket. I should have grabbed my NRS Chinook, but all in all, the seat feels pretty comfortable though. A little bit more top heavy than the Tamarack, but still not bad. It still feels pretty stable. I think if you're 225 and under, you'll not have a problem. Anything more than that, and maybe look for something a little bit more stable. What a primo little spot. It's not a huge pond, but it's just big enough to get a kayak out and explore around. And the fact that I could possibly be the first person ever kayak here is pretty rad. Looks like there's a little lagoon here at the east end of the lake, so let's see where that goes. It's probably where the river comes in or something. So it's not a very big lake. I can't really talk a whole lot about paddling performance, but I would describe this boat sort of like my Tamarack Angler, just more top heavy. I think the whole design's probably really similar, but because the seat sits you up a little bit, it feels a little bit top heavier, a little quicker to the secondary edge, which I don't mind, but I think somebody who was a beginner might feel a little bit less confident. Again, the lighter weight you are, the easier it's going to feel. I will say for me though, the foot pedals just don't hit right. I'm either way pushed back or too far out. I wish they would have just done one more or a little bit closer increments with the foot pedals. would have made me feel a lot more comfortable and probably enjoy this boat a whole lot more. Did you guys see that turtle? Unfortunately, I spooked him when he got down in the grass before I could get him on there for you guys. But how cool! He was moving really slow. He's cold-blooded, and this time of year, this water is pretty damn cold. So, anyway, it's just what I was saying. It's, you know, when you get outside and you experience nature, there's something magic that happens. You can't quite put your finger on it, and you never expect it when you're sitting at home thinking about going out. But there's something that always happens that's worth your time, worth getting out there. I hope you take this as an encouragement to get out there, find your local water, even if it's a pond in your backyard that you never knew about. Find a way to get there, explore your local waters. And you guys, I absolutely love to see what you've been up to. It's been so cool lately. We have a Headwaters owners group. It's called Headwaters Yak Life on Facebook. And I've been asking every week for people to submit their photos of their paddling adventures. And more recently, just tons of photos each week come pouring in from everywhere, from local to all the way to upstate New York. I love seeing what you guys are up to. So if you haven't already, do me a favor, go onto Facebook, check out Headwaters Yak Life, and I'll add you on there, share photos, we can stay in contact. It's somewhere I'm always at. I'm always posting my photos and my adventures kind of behind the scenes, and I'd love to see what you guys are up to. As far as my little kayak, I'll be honest with you, I'll be selling this one off pretty soon. It does everything fine, but honestly, I liked my old Tamarack a little bit better. It was a little bit more stable. The foot pedals fit me better. This one does have tracks and a lot more bells and whistles, and for the price, it's probably a better value, but it just didn't fit me. I was also kind of dissatisfied with the quality of the stuff, the fact that the bungees were broken before I ever got it. Looking down at the tracks, you see all the screws are halfway put in. I don't know if it's just Lifetime getting lazy, complacent, or if it was just this particular boat I bought, but I just feel like the quality is pretty cheesy. Again, 350 bucks. You kind of got to expect that it's going to be cheesy for 350 bucks. But I did have high hopes for it. The seat is comfortable, but all in all, I'm left feeling like meh. But don't take my word for it. You know, try it yourself, talk to other people, watch other videos. Somebody may just absolutely love this boat and it may be right for you. But for me personally, I think I'd stick with some other boats. Just know what your kayak's capable of. If you're on small, skinny waters, ponds like this is a fine tool for the job. Again, if you're in open waters, lakes, or moving water, or current, do yourself a favor, get something a little bit nicer, spend a little bit more, get educated from a local kayak shop. So these videos have taught me something lately. I would never paddle boats like this if it weren't for this YouTube channel. I would never buy a $300 boat off Walmart.com or wherever I got this thing and paddle it. I just wouldn't. And so today reminded me of something. I'm out here at this beautiful place and I kind of dreamed up this adventure because we have the RZR up here. And I'm reminded of, don't get caught up on the what and forget the why. And that's what today reminded me of. That's what came to my mind today when I'm out there paddling this boat that I would never otherwise be in and having such a spectacular time. One of the best paddles I've had since I moved here, just by myself in a new place and just to have the whole adventure. I'm just so fired up on it today. And as I'm loading my boat, that word came to mind. Don't get caught up on the what and forget the why. I love being on the water. I love sharing it with you guys. I honestly believe everything else in the Headwaters will work itself out as long as I stay focused on the why. Why I paddle, why I share these videos. I think that's what you guys dig, and I think that's what we try to make come across. And I hope that's the reason why you guys are subscribed to the channel, why you're following us on Instagram, why you're sharing your stuff with us. Not so much about what we present or how we present, but why we do it. We do it from the love of this sport. We do it from the love of being on the water. And I do it for the love of this community that we're creating online. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for being a part of this journey. Until next time. This is Dan from Headwaters Kayak Shop wishing you happy paddling. We'll see you on the next one.